Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. In the name of God, the Compassionate, the Merciful. Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters, respected viewers. Welcome to another live show. Another live show which is called The Shining Moons and is broadcasted to you from Karbala, from land of Hussein, land of Abbas, Bain al-Haramain. And inshallah, in this night we're going to be Za'ireen of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and I hope if one day, soon, all of you dear brothers and sisters be amongst the Za'ireen of Imam Hussein alayhi salam who are here performing Ziyarah of Imam Hussein alayhi salam inside the holy shrine of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and Abu Abbas alayhi salam. For the beginning of this live show, let's start it with a humble Ziyarah and salam to Imam Hussein alayhi salam and Abu Abbas alayhi salam, and we are used to saying salam to Imam Hussein alayhi salam and Abu Abbas alayhi salam. Inshallah, after that we're going to be welcoming the respected guest Sheikh Mustafa Akhound in order to have his lecture about the most comprehensive form of Ziyarah or Ziyarah al-Jamiah. So join me for the salam to Imam Hussein alayhi salam and Abu Abbas alayhi salam. Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتك. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. Let's perform Ziyarah. Say salam to Abu al-Fadl Abbas alayhi salam, Qamar bani Hashim. Assalamu alayka ya Babu al-Hawaij. Assalamu alayka ya Qamar bani Hashim. Assalamu alayka ya Saqi al-Utasha. Assalamu alayka ya Abu al-Fadl Abbas wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inside the holy shrine of Hussein alayhi salam and Abu Abbas alayhi salam, everything is beautiful. Being next to the holy shrine of Hussein alayhi salam and looking at the Za'ireen who are turning around the shrine of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. If you listen carefully, you may also hear the voice of the angels who are flying around the shrine and rotating around it. Everything is so pure, is so clear and white, especially when you know Ahlul Bayt. I don't mean knowing them exactly as they are, but I mean knowing Ahlul Bayt as much as we can. So this is Ma'rifah of Ahlul Bayt, and inshallah through this month of Ramadan, we have tried to get more information about Ahlul Bayt salawatullahi wa salamu alayhim ajma'in, especially through the beautiful, great phrases of Ziyarah al-Jamiah. Let's welcome respected guest of the show, Sheikh Mustafa Akhound, who is here in the studio, and inshallah he's going to tell us more about Ahlul Bayt in this night. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh, man. Welcome to the studio.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah to you, brother Mustafa, and all the viewers of Imam Hussein TV 3 and this show. Asking Allah, first and foremost, the most important dua, and that is for Allah to hasten the appearance of our beloved Imam Mahdi Ajalallah Ta'ala Faraj Sharif, and making us amongst his companions and his sincere soldiers, and to bless and grant the visitation of the shrines of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam to all the viewers, inshallah, as soon as possible. I'm at your
Inshallah.
service.
Thank you so much, Sheikhna. We, just like the other nights, are going to go through the next phrase of Ziyarah Jama. And what is the next phrase and what is it about?
Again, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We didn't go through all the phrases and segments until we were here. I've hand-picked majority of the phrases until now, but we have skipped some because the discussion either has been discussed or its relation to other segments. We reach this phrase and segment, وَالتَّامِّينَ فِي مَحَبَّةِ اللَّهِ, and the perfect in love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I want to give an example before we start our discussion. In Washington, D.C., there is a museum, Smithsonian Museum. In it, there is a diamond called the Hope Diamond. I went and I saw it. It's a very beautiful, and it's one of the most famous jewels in the world. It's about 45 to 46 carat, the weight of this diamond. And it's worth almost $250 to $350 million. For you and I, that we have knowledge of how much this diamond worth and what we can do with the money if we sell this diamond.
Yeah.
This diamond has one meaning, and for a 1-year-old child, that's, for example, I remember we have 1-year-old, 6-month-old, 2 years old, which they don't know the value of this diamond. They won't fall in love with this diamond.
Sure.
And they won't protect, preserve, and safeguard this diamond. If they get hold of this diamond, and you go to them with a chips or a lollipop, and a colorful lollipop,
they will change it.
They will happily and with love and mercy, they will give you the diamond and will take the lollipop, because they cannot benefit. They don't have ma'arifah. They don't have knowledge of this diamond. But you and I, we will, as soon as if they give us this as a gift, they say, okay, you did 30 nights show, Brother Mustafa, and this diamond is yours. Probably we won't see Imam Hussein TV 3 anymore. No, inshallah, because you know the honor, and you have the honor of serving Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, and you won't change this service to Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam with any money.
Inshallah. And actually, the diamond that you are just giving as an example, the serving Imam Hussein alayhi salam costs more and more and more.
Of course, you cannot put price tag on it, definitely.
Alhamdulillah.
But if we get this hold of this diamond, we will do whatever we can do to sell at the best price, the highest price. We will buy a house, we will buy cars, because we know the value of this diamond. We won't change it. If somebody comes to us and tells us, okay, here's a $100 bill, change it. How about $10,000? I'm giving you $1 million. You will tell him that I won't change this with $1 million, with $100 million, because minimum it's worth $250 million. So why should I give you for $100 million? Because we know the value of it. I want the people to have this example in their mind, because we're trying to talk about people who we call them as-salamu ala tammina fi mahabbatillah. They are in perfect love with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Their love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is unconditional, unrestrained, and they have the most complete love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because having an unconditional, unrestrained, perfect and complete love for Allah belongs to an individual whose knowledge of Allah is at its pinnacle. Love, affection is based on knowledge. Because we have the knowledge of this diamond, we will sell it the right price. And we hold it dearly to us, this diamond. Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, their knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which Allah has given them, and they strived for that, it's at its pinnacle. So based on that, they have dissolved in the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They don't see anything but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If our viewers remember correctly, within previous episode when we talked about Khutbatul Muttaqeen, Imam Ali alayhi salam says that a pious individual Allah is so great in his eyes, and Allah has filled his eyes and his heart that he sees everything else very small and very little. He won't care about people's talk, and he only cares about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he is the one who he wants to satisfy. So Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, they came because by nature we're attracted to beauty. When we see something beautiful, we are attracted to it. Whatever that beauty might be in an individual. For some people, beauty is a beautiful car. For some people, it's a beautiful house. For some people, beautiful belongings, a watch. So everybody has something that they admire and they hold very dearly to themselves, and they have a collection of it. For example, you see some people that have watches. They have hundreds and hundreds of watches, and they have collection of watches. Some people, everybody has the different way. Some people have shoes. You go to the house, they have 100, 150, 200 pairs of shoes because they are in love, because they see beauty in these shoes. Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, starting with Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa, they came to make sure this nature of us, which is pure, this fitrah of us, which is pure, which Allah gave us, to be attached to the most perfect, complete, the best being, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bring this nature, bring this fitrah. You want to be attached to something, you want to be attracted to some beauty. Let me show you what beauty is. Because everything that we see as beauty, it has some shortcoming and flaws in it. Nothing is perfect, nothing is complete. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, their knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in a way that they don't see anything else but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They fell in love with Allah unconditionally, unrestrained. Because they see everything else as pity. They see it as, okay, like that child with that diamond. For me, chips that I can eat or a lollipop that I can eat and benefit, it's better than this piece of gold or metal or glass. What is this? I don't benefit from it. I cannot taste it. It won't benefit me. Not having the knowledge that hold this, grow up, you can sell this, again, $200 million, you can have multiple manufacturers to build to make you lollipops and chips, but don't have the knowledge. So Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, they come and they want to connect us to that being, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How they showed us that they fell in love with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when we see that in our salah, when we say إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ, we mean it. You only we seek aid, and you only we worship. Nothing else matters for us. As the Khilafah, we mentioned within the nights that we were commemorating the martyrdom of Imam Ali alayhi salam, the commander of the faithful. Imam said that Khilafah of this world of yours from me worth less than sewing the sandal that I sewed many times. Because he sees Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, unless I will give the oppressed his right or her right back. So we don't see anything else but them. This world, unfortunately, and what we see within our media and social media and our environment, they get us attached to fake beauties.
Yeah. Everything is fake. Nothing is real. Nothing is genuine. And everybody knows about it. But at that moment when an individual sees the opposite gender, even back of his mind knows that this beauty, half of it is makeup. Or this guy that is wearing the latest brand clothes and stuff, within a matter of minutes he can't take it off, and what is beauty in him is his inner beauty, not the outer beauty that we show. But we have been conditioned to look for outer beauty. For cars, that we fall in love with cars and rims of the cars, well, it's a piece of metal. With one accident, whole things will smush together and it will burn. It won't worth anything. So, but unfortunately we get in love with this and we forget what is true love means. Allah talks about these people, chapter 29, verse 41. مثل الذين اتخذوا من دون الله أولياء كمثل العنكبوت اتخذ بيتا وإن أوهن البيوت لبيت العنكبوت لو كانوا يعلمون. The parable of those who take guardian instead of Allah is that of the spider that takes a home. These people who fall in love with these fake beings, their parable is, the example,
spider that takes a home. And indeed, the frailest of home is the home of spider. You just blow to the spider web, it's gone, it's destroyed, it doesn't last. But they don't think of it. They just live the moment. They see a beauty, they attach to it, they are willing to do whatever it takes to reach that beauty. And shaitan uses this. And we see from the beginning of the world until the end, shaitan comes and beautifies. زَيَّنَ لَهُمْ أَعْمَالٍ. He beautifies what is not beautiful, he beautifies it. A person comes to Imam alayhi salam and he says, Imam, as far as asma, infallibility, and seeing sin as a sin and not committing it, how comes that you never think of a sin?
Yeah.
Imam was in the street, he says, do you see this animal poop, feces? He said, yes, I see it, it's on the street. He said, have you ever thought of consuming it?
Oh.
He said, this is disgusting. I've never imagined it. I will never think, okay, well, one day I hope I see an animal and I take his feces and consume it. Imam said, everything, every sin that we see it this way. They see the true meaning of the sin. That's why they deny it.
They don't even think about it.
They don't even think about it. Like I was telling the youth session that we have within the shrine of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, we never thought and wished that, okay, one day I wish I would have the opportunity to go on top of the roof of like 7 stories building, put gasoline on myself, burn myself, Allah, that would be nice, and then throw myself down and I die.
Oh, that's insane.
We never think of it. So from this sin, we are ma'soom. In fact, because we know how disgusting is that, how dangerous, how harmful it is, we never get near it. But when it comes to gossiping, we don't see it that way. When it comes to lying, we don't see it. And any other sins that some people commit.
Because we're not aware of the exact effect of that sin.
Of course, we don't see it harmful. We don't see it dangerous. Anything that's physical and we can see it and we can touch it, then we can imagine it, then we prevent ourselves from it. Or for example, I'm driving a car, oh, I wish I can go like 200 miles right now and I can get into a car accident, I can hit some other car and I die. Well, let me just race. When we race in that moment, we're not thinking that I'm going to do this. No. Shaitan comes and he beautifies an action for us. I always tell the youth, for example, when it comes to smoking, Shaitan won't come to you, tells you smoke, that you are not the one that you haven't smoked at all. He won't tell you smoke cigarette and then drugs and then heroin and then other drugs and then become addicted and end up in jail. No. He comes in form of friend. He says, well, don't you want to look like a man, like grown up? Just take a puff. He beautifies it. See, when you have that cigarette in your hand, you feel good. It's like you became a man. You walk with chest up, that okay, I became a man. He's beautifying that nature of yours that likes beauty and likes attraction. He empowers it. But from the beginning, say no, because one puff goes to the 2 puffs, 1 cigarette, 1 pocket, 2, 3, and then will end up. Those who became addicted to drugs, it didn't come overnight. Today we smoke, tomorrow we addicted. No. It took step by step and it beautified for him. So Allah says those who take this world and other people, awliya, guardian, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is like a spider web. This Allah makes it tangible for us. See the spider web, everybody has seen it. It's nothing that you don't need to touch it to be destroyed. Blow into it, it's gone. A wind comes, it's gone. So everything that you see, all of these, it's fake. It's not real. Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, they want to show us what is the true love that you should have. That when you fell in love with this, you won't see anything else to be beautiful but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Ahlul Bayt see this. Mu'mineen see this. وروى في الحديث النبوي صلى الله عليه وآله علي ممسوس في ذات الله تعالى. Indeed, Ali has become enraptured in God. He has dissolved in Allah's love. Nothing left out of Imam Ali alayhi salam to not love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I was trying to find a good translation for mamsus or enraptured. As when an individual sees another individual, it's not a good example, but to make it clear to people's mind. When a person falls in love, even if that person doesn't look good, but for some reason this person falls in love with this individual, he won't see any flaws within that individual. He won't see himself anymore. The only thing that he sees and he remembers and he talks about is that beloved. People will say, well, she or he has this flaws, this shortcoming. Look at yourself. I mean, we have stories of people that fell in love, but the other individual rejected them. They felt sick, they got fever, and some got near death because they received a rejection from the person who they loved.
Yeah.
So that emotion. So right now we're talking about Amir Mu'mineen, the complete, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, flawless.
The perfect.
The perfect. Imam Ali alayhi salam sees nothing but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The only thing that he remembers is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The thing that he only think is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, dissolve it will be bad. It's good. Like when you put sugar inside of water, we make sweet drink. After you stir it, you won't see the sugar anymore. You drink the water, it's sweet, but you don't see the sugar like you put into your tea.
The sugar is dissolved in the water.
It dissolved. Imam Ali alayhi salam, he dissolved in the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ali Rasulullah says, Aliyun mamsusun fi dhatillah, enraptured in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
And that's why when there was an error in the food of Imam Ali alayhi salam, when they wanted to pick it out, take it out, they said that they asked Imam Hassan alayhi salam, Imam Hassan said, just do it, pick it out of his feet, his food when he is saying his prayers, worshipping Almighty, because in that moment he is disconnected to earth and is all connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Another example becomes chapter 2 verse 207. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْرِي نَفْسَهُ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ رَؤُوفٌ بِالْعِبَادِ. When you see Allah and everything becomes for you Allah, and you fall in love with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you don't see yourself anymore. You willingly, Rasulullah comes to Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, says, I'm leaving to Medina. I want you to sleep on my bed. He says, Afi salamatin fi dini, my religion will be intact. You will be safe. Yes, I will do it willingly. 40 people with bare sword, if they wouldn't remove the curtain and the cover, and he would have died. And among the people is he who sells his soul. Why? Seeking the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah is most kind to his servants. This is called unconditional love. So that's from Imam Ali alayhi salam. We see from Imam Hussein alayhi salam, his son, on the day of Ashura. He comes, he's holding a 6-month-old infant on his hand. And we talked about the love of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam and how much they love because of knowledge and the love and emotion. We talked about it within the previous nights. He has a 6-month-old infant that he has taken from his wife, baby's mother. Let me go, give him some water and bring him back. Just imagining an arrow that's supposed to kill like big people hitting the neck of Ali al-Asghar. You see the blood. A father seeing blood. I know some people, some fathers have told me when they go and take their kids to get shots, they won't be able to see that when the doctors inserting the needles in the kids. They don't have that much heart. They feel sorry for their kids. I have another relative, he said, when my brother or my son got sick, I took him to the doctor. He was crying, I fainted. Like how much love he had. So we're talking about Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. He sees blood on his hand from a 6-month-old infant. He takes it and he throws it to the sky. He says, Hawwana. It becomes easy for me what is happening to me. Why? Because it's fi aynillah, because Allah is seeing this. Allah. My beloved is seeing this. And I'm doing this for him. I enjoy it. It's easy for me. What level they have reached? As-salamu ala tamina fi mahabbatillah. Salam to those who are perfect in love with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you become perfect in love, you don't see anything ma ra'aytu illa jamila. Sayyidah Zainab salamullah alayha in the palace of Yazid. Yazid says, you see what Allah has done to you? She says, ma ra'aytu illa jamila. Everything that I saw, what happened? What did you see there, Zainab salamullah alayha? Your brothers were all massacred. Your 4 children were all massacred. Abul Falah Abbas massacred. Imam Hussein, that you put condition with your husband that I will marry you. One condition, that I will not leave my brother Imam Hussein alayhi salam. You saw the head of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. You saw the body of Imam Hussein alayhi salam that was filled with arrow. Ma ra'aytu illa jamila. Why? Because it is in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam Hussein, Lady Zainab Salamullah alayha. And we see that this love is transferred. And the companions of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, those khullas, those sincere ones, they also received this love for Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Ahlul Bayt fell in love completely with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they want to take us and guide our nature that loves beauty to Allah. These people fall in love with Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Story of Maytham al-Tammar. All of these stories that I have prepared, hopefully time will allow us. Maytham al-Tammar, non-stop he was saying the virtues of Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. And Muawiyah tells him that stop it. They tried many times to stop him. He won't. They will hang him on a tree. And they will cut his right and left hand and his legs. He's bleeding. He's still saying the virtues of Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. They couldn't stop him. At least, I mean, if somebody cutting a hand and while you're bleeding, we say it. But we get a small cut, a paper cut. We're getting paper cut, it burns us for 3-4 days and we'll be careful. Small cut, and we are holding it, be careful.
And we can't concentrate on all other things, our jobs.
A paper
we only
cut.
think about the pain that we have in our fingers.
Definitely, a paper cut we're talking about. This is chopping his hands. He's still talking. He fell and he falls in love with Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib. When he says the virtues of Amir al-Mu'minin, his blood gushes. He's flourished. They say, okay, go cut his tongue. While he's alive, while he's bleeding from his hands and his legs, they cut his tongue. He bleeds to death.
Allah.
See, we have examples. Companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, the night of Ashura, I was listening to a scholar that they said, Habib ibn Madahir al-Asadi, he never joked in his life. The night of Ashura, he was joking. He was telling jokes to other people. And they were laughing. Why? Because they fell in love with Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Imam Hussein alayhi salam in a way that, okay, we are serving him. This love, we can show it. All that we say, Ya Abu Abdullah Hussein, Labbaik, we love you, Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Right now, tomorrow we can defend. This body can be sacrificed. This is the utmost we can do.
Maybe they were thinking that they can be dissolved
in the love, physically also.
Physically, yeah.
Spiritually, mentally, we have said it. But when it comes to the physical, it becomes very,
that's
very...
exactly what a lover needs and is
Definitely.
seeking, exactly, to be dissolved into his love.
Example comes to my mind, Abbas.
Yeah.
That goes to the battlefield. Abbas was known to be very, very brave. And people were afraid of him and they would run away from him. So he started taking his clothes out, his upper clothes, his shield, everything. They told him, what are you doing, Abbas? He said, Hubbul Hussein ajannani. The love of Hussein made me insane. With a positive connotation, that I lost my mind. I want to go and I want to sacrifice myself.
I see nothing except
but Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Who cares about my body? This is called dissolving in the love of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. And we see it.
Yeah.
During Arba'een, what people do for the Zawar of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, we'll see it.
For the sake of Imam Hussein alayhi salam.
For the sake of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. I remember one year, I've heard that during the walk of Arba'een, there was a car bomb. And a friend of mine was also near that car bomb. He said the car bomb happened. People took the shahada aside, la ilaha illallah. The rest of the people kept walking. They didn't stop, okay, there's a car bomb, there might be someone else. No, this is what we want. We want to be sacrificed. I remember one of the year we came, when ISIS was very strong in Iraq, 150 miles from the path, Najaf to Karbala, Tariq al-Hussein, was ISIS fighting. People didn't care. That love of Imam Hussein alayhi salam was there. Another story, Abu Dharr al-Ghifari. We mentioned about him. It's good to remind. Inshallah, we'll say how much this Abu Dharr sacrificed. He didn't stop saying the virtues of Imam Ali alayhi salam. You have to be sent to exile. You die from hunger. Hujr ibn Adi. Say, I'm not with Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. Disassociate yourself from the command of the faithful. You will live good. You will live happily ever after. He says, no. Okay, we will behead you. Behead me. Behead my children first. He's following Amir al-Mu'mineen. He sees that he sacrificed everything. He follows the footstep because falling in love with Amir al-Mu'mineen, dissolving in the love of Amir al-Mu'mineen and Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam is dissolving in the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because they dissolved in Allah's love. kill my children, behead them in front of me, so their heart won't shake. They were willing to. It's not that they were forced to be, no. They were willing to sacrifice. He said, I'm afraid if you kill me first and they see my blood, they might have some doubt in the love of Imam Ali alayhi salam, and they will remove their hands from the love of Imam Ali alayhi salam. No, let me see my kids being sacrificed for Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, then behead me.
Allah.
This is called love. At-tamina fi mahabbatillah, we follow them. Ibn Sakit was known during the time of Mutawakkil Abbasi, one of the ashab of A'imma, scholar, great scholar. Mutawakkil Abbasi brings him, because he was a very, very famous scholar. He told him, teach my 2 kids. And the advisors to Mutawakkil, they told him that he's Shia. He didn't care, but they insisted. And since he was a great scholar, Mutawakkil kept him. After a long time, one day he came to test him. He said, do you like these 2 children of mine, or you like Hassan and Hussein? Ibn Sakit, he knows who is Mutawakkil. And he knows what Mutawakkil does with the lovers of Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, and Imam Hussein and Hassan, who Mutawakkil, he destroyed the shrine of Imam Hussein alayhi salam more than 7 times. He says, you compare your kids to Hassan and Hussein? I love Qambar of Imam Ali alayhi salam more than you and your 2 kids.
Allah.
He said, go and pull his tongue from his back and kill him. This is called love. Even for that moment, he says, I cannot, okay, I'm not going to say I love them, Imam Hassan and Hussein, so I'm comparing Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein with your 2 kids. Okay, right now, comparison, I love them more than your kids. No, Qambar of Imam Ali alayhi salam, I love him more than these 2 kids and you. This is called being dissolved. He knows what's going to happen. Let it happen. I'm not sure if we have time to go to one more story or not.
I think we have got 4 or 3 minutes.
Okay,
left.
last name that I want to mention tonight, Ibn Abi Umair. During the time of Harun, Allah Rashid, may Allah curse Harun, who poisoned Imam Musa ibn Ja'far Kadhim alayhi salam, and he kept him more than 14 years in different prison.
Allah.
Khashaba was a stick, long. The head of the stick had nails.
Allah.
Ibn Abi Umair was known to have the names of the Shia during the time of Imam Musa ibn Ja'far Kadhim alayhi salam. He had the knowledge of Shia. They told him, they put him also in jail for a decade or 14 years. Give us the names of the Shia, we will give it, we will relieve you. He said, I won't. They hit him with this stick that has top of it nails, 1,000 khashaba. They hit him. Why? Because he won't name the lovers of Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. He said, if I'm standing and the names are in a bowl under my feet, I won't remove my feet. Do whatever you want to do to me. I won't say the names of the lovers of Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. 1,000 khashab. Hitting it once, it's enough for us to lose our self. Again, Allah. Stick, head of it filled with nails. Allah. 1,000 times. This is called the love of Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. We have more to discuss, inshallah. We leave it for tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Sheikh. Actually, when we see those individuals having such a love towards Ahlul Bayt salawatullah wa salamu alayhim ajma'in, and we see that Ahlul Bayt salawatullah wa salamu alayhim ajma'in, they had such a great love towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The only thing that we think about and the only thing that we see is true to do is to love Ahlul Bayt, just like Abu Dhar al-Ghafari does, like Ibn Sakid, like all the other people and individuals that you just tell their stories to us, and you just told us the stories. But indeed it's very hard. It's not that easy.
Of course.
For the story of Abu Dhar al-Ghafari, when he was just sent to Rabadeh, to the desert of Rabadeh, and he was killed there, because of starving, because of hunger and the thirst. This is not something that everyone can bear.
But we do it for materialistic life. We put ourselves in danger when we fall in love with someone or something. We do whatever it takes to get it. Well, we do dua, we ask them, and we try.
But I think that in one way it will be easier by increasing the knowledge of Ahlul Bayt.
Same as example we gave at the beginning. The more we have knowledge of them, the more we appreciate them and we fall in love with them. And we'll talk about the benefit of this love, inshallah, tomorrow night.
Exactly. And this sacrifice will be easier, inshallah. Thank you so much, Sheikhna. It was very great. And inshallah, Almighty helps us and grants us this great opportunity to be just like one of their companions, just like these individuals that you named. And inshallah, we deserve the glance to the face of Imam of our time, inshallah. We deserve this great moment that we can just see the shining moon face of Imam of our time, inshallah. Thank you so much, Sheikh. Thank you for this great lecture. And inshallah, tomorrow night we're going to go through the rest of the phrases. Respected brothers and sisters, thank you so much for tuning in. And inshallah, you also loved this discussion, loved this lecture, just like the other lectures that we had in these nights. It's the month of Ramadan. In this great month, we try our best to get more information about Ahlul Bayt salawatullahi wa salamu alayhim ajma'in, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I created the human being and jinnis to worship me. And the way through which we can worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as best as possible is to follow Ahlul Bayt salawatullahi wa salamu alayhim ajma'in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great night. May Allah bless you all. And Ya Hussein.
خدا رحمت کنه همه گذشته ها رو. پدر ما رحمت الله علیه گفتن تو خونشون روزه بوده، یه وبایی اومده بوده که اون وقت گفتن بعدی که تموم شد معروف شد که 1/3 اهل شهر تو وبا مردن. حتی اون غسالی که غسل میداد اونم وبا گرفت. اونی هم که نماز میت میخوند اونم وبا گرفت. دیگه مرده ها موندن، نه کسی غسل میداد نه کسی دفن میکرد. اونی که دفن میکرد مرد، که خودش این مزید وبا شد. اون کوچه میگفتن تو این کوچه خونه ای نبود که 1 2 تا 3 تا جنازه ازش داشت. اشاره کردم به یه خونه، یادم گفتن این خونه همشون مردن. حسین وقت پدر ما میگفتن خونه ما یه دونه بچه ازش نموند. سعی کنید تو خونه هاتون روزه امام حسین بذارید. یه اتاقم که دارید اجاره کردید، در هفته 1 ساعت روزه بذارید. این روزه باب خیره، کلید موفقیت دنیا و آخرت. اگه برای دنیام باشه روزه بذارید تو خونتون بخونید. نگید توان نداریم، نگید نمیتونیم. خونتون رو بی روزه نذارید. عجلم نکنید. نخواهید یه روز که روزه خوندید فردا همین مشکلاتتون اصلاح بشه. کلید سعادت این.